Okay, welcome guys, welcome, and sorry for my throat. It's all still a bit croaky. I've been away for the last 4 days, I guess, with a bit of a virus, a bit of a flu or something. So it's sort of, yeah, for a couple of days it really sort of knocked me around, and then the last couple of days it's just been croaky voice. So anyway, I'm back, sort of. Now, what have we got? 4 Nemesis records. What the hell is that? Save game may be corrupt. Contain units which are missing. They're assigned Nemesis records. Missing Nemesis records have been known to cause crashes during game save. Retiring forts. Units with missing Nemesis records will permanently disappear if they leave the map or if the fort is retired. Might just try to reload, actually, because I've never seen that one before. And we'll see how we go. Quit without saving. Okay, so we'll quit that one and just try that again. Continue active game. The game did update in the week that I've been away. It's the Land of Man, I think. This one here, yeah, Razor Wealth. I mean, I could go to there. That's early spring. This is late spring. But I'll see how I go with this, and then I might load the other one in if there's a problem. Hi, Private Joe. How you going? Yeah, so my apologies about my throat. It's going to be a bit... no, it's not bad. It's just a little bit croaky. Hopefully I won't be coughing. I know that gets annoying. It's very, very loud through the microphone. Still there. Well, it's late spring. What have we lost? I don't know how much we've actually lost. And I don't know if we brought in other named units. Let's just try to... quit without saving it again. I'll just see if I can try to find a version where this is not a problem. Let's try this one here. So this is the seasonal backup. No, still there. Okay, so it's something that's come in the last update. In that case, we will quit without saving this one, and we'll just go back and play with it without those records. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just go back in. I'll do a save straight away and just see if that gets rid of it. It probably won't, because it's going to be annoying having that showing the whole time. That's what I like about DF Hack. It's sort of, it finds things for you. I don't think I can do anything about it. If I just go and save straight over the top. Oh, okay, so Private Joe is saying, I've been watching your tutorial series, B2B episode 56 now, soon over. We'll have to start with the live Friday series. Yeah, every show is sort of like a bit of a tutorial to a degree. Even today I'm sort of thinking, what would be the next thing that we would be doing if I was doing a tutorial, and it would be to set up patrols, like actual patrolling forces. I know that I've got like a few different forces now available in the fort that can actually patrol around and do different things. Now let's see if we go this time. Continue an active game. Try it this time. If it doesn't clear it, then it's going to just be there for the time that we play, I guess. Yep, they're still there. We have one hostile, that's a Forgotten Beast. We've got 3 Forgotten Beasts that are hanging around. One group of citizens are stranded. Just this one citizen now is sort of left alone, which we can't sort of do much about. This is a were creature, so we do have a bit of time up our sleeve, but we do need to get things sort of happening. Now, we've locked all of those. We still have to lock these down. This one is locked away in here. But I've got no easy way of bringing this one back down again. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've left it so that they can actually get together, but we'll see what happens. So I'm not sure how we sort of deal with them at this point in time. Wildlife, yeah, nothing there that we have to worry about. The 5 wolves are a little bit of an issue. There's an emu, a ruthera, giant toad. There's the wolves. That's all right, and one injured citizen who has been punished. Got 2 citizens in the justice area, in the halls of justice. Now, do we have any other? I don't have any open cases. We've got a few different closed cases where we've convicted the 2 reprobates, which are now in prison. And we were going to, that's right, we were going to, depending on how many months, every month was going to be a minute ban. Prophet Joe saying, I love the way you play the game, paying so much attention to the laws, despite it being making it slow. I don't have the patience to play that way, although it would make the game more interesting. It's sort of funny. It's one of those things where if I'm not recording, I don't do it that way, which is sort of an interesting thing. I noticed that when I first started doing live streaming and also just recording in general, I spent so much more time on the actual game itself, which I wasn't really sort of mindful of, but then I enjoyed it more doing the live stream. So yeah, it's sort of funny. Now we've got these are copper chains in here as well. I don't think we've actually got anything set up properly for them to build up these new areas. What I might do is I might just start to build everything that we require. So beds, we do have beds. I'm just going to go and do that one a bit differently. So furniture, bed, keep building after placement, and just show planner. That way we can just have more than what we need. Again, my apologies about my voice. It's going to be very croaky today. I won't be streaming tomorrow, and then I should be back again the day after. And we'll get the chairs as well. So they have to build everything on that side. Now we need copper chains. I'm trying to keep the theme of having copper in these rooms, which isn't very valuable, but it's still something that's thematic, I guess. With the door then in between there. So if what I'll do is I'll just go back into the doors and hatches, go to the door, and choose items with filters. Hang on, not just metal, material, copper. So I'm just telling it that I only want copper doors in this particular instance. Any door of copper. There we go. Done. Let's escape. Yep, copper. One door copper. There we go. And then chains of copper as well. So then we have the last thing is the restraints. So then we have this is cages and restraints. It's going to be a rope or chain, and that's actually still got the copper chain. 2, 3. A chain can extend out one tile in any direction, which is why you don't make these any bigger than 3 by 3 rooms. They're still fairly big, but the room itself is to try to also calm down dwarves, because these dwarves are actually here because they were extremely unhappy. So they need time to consider what they've done and then sort of get back on with it. Let's just go back in and just go to any old thing at this stage. Let's go back to chairs. Actually, that's still any material. That's okay. What did we do? We had doors. I just want to make sure that I get rid of any filtering that we actually have. Oops, hang on. Yeah, we're just going to clear that one. Just clear, so it's any material for anything else that that we happen to do. And then the chains, like I'll leave them where they are. The other thing is we need to then go and make copper doors. I might even leave that till the end. But copper chains, I don't think we've got too many of those. So let's have a look at chains. Oh no, we've got a fair few. So these can't be melted because they're in use. So that's that one there. But if we go back to the other one, the ones that got the little melt sign mean that they should just be in some sort of storage, which they are. There they are in there. Now that one's got words on it. Okay, so that's so we've got Kuja Grim in there. All right, so we do need to go and place that. I'm glad I saw that because that means I've forgotten to do something here. We need to place it there because there's so many little things to do. So this is under furniture, under slabs. In this case, we're going to hide the planner. We'll just place that one there. Right, okay, so that's all done. There's a lot going on in the fortress. We have to smooth all of this. So get all that smoothed out, and then we're going to sort of be just changing things around. Got a few goblins that are visiting as well. Some goblin poets, which may be spies. Maybe here to steal things, we don't know yet. Let's unpause. And with the, we've got two military groups which are sort of have now been built up to do different things. So we've got like two full-on combat groups. This one here is not as strong as the top one, the Roar of Rage. If we have a quick look and see, there's only 4 people involved in this one. I forget what I was using them for. Let's go back to squads. If we go and select them and look at their schedule. Yeah, they're on a training schedule. So they're just full-on training at this stage. The other one is will also be on a training schedule as well. And then the last one possibly will be under training as well. Yeah, training as well. So they're all just basically doing the their training. The first one didn't have that one selected. Oh yeah, no it is. So what I can do is I can start the. I don't know if I need to worry about it so just yet. Is to have them sort of patrolling around the place. Hi Orangutans. Orangutans has subscribed, so thank you very, very much for that one. If we, I'll just let that one go for now. I'll come back to the squads later on. We'll just watch the fortress and just see what else actually comes from it. There it is. It's just been placed. Nothing came up though. It's all right. A lot of sparring going on with everything that's going on. This should be where anything that does happen it should occur in here somewhere. Oh, hang on, there's actual fighting. Oh, there's a wolf. A human maceman. So they're outside, I guess. It'll be out here somewhere. There he is. Tired after fighting. Okay, so they're starting to name things now as well. All right, just keep that one going. There's another wolf. If they come in, they will end up being caught in the traps. 3 hostiles. Now this will be all the different forgotten beasts that we've got. Yeah, there's actually 3 of them. Oh, a human monster slayer, Dismal Zombie. Now, Dismal Zombie is a zombie that's sentient. So this is Fedden, who came in from here. And so you can sort of see they've got like a greenish white tinge to their skin, the undead usually. We haven't had much action with things like undead, but this is not a this is a friendly zombie who has come through. He will make his way through, so somebody's certainly leaving a big pile of vomit. Okay, so Kujagrim, the bookkeeper, has slipped into depression yet again. Kujagrim is here. This one's been released. Oh no, it has been. Yeah, Kujagrim has been released. It's just staying in the room, doing more of his own punishment. Oh, Resmelin has also slipped into depression. They were the 2 that were the problem, I think. If that's Resmelin there with an axe, that's not going to end well. So what have we got? We've still got 5 dwarves that are back in this very, very depressed state. I can't really do much about it. There was a bug a while back, but I don't think it's there anymore. So I don't really want to be, sort of just changing things for the sake of it. More steel, that's good. Just need things to happen now. Getting close to the final phase of this. There we go. I don't know whether to kill these kids off or not, or just let them continue being were creatures. Whoa, here we go. This is sort of one of these little extra things. So Thabost Niles has been stolen. So something has happened where it's suddenly been noticed that one of our artifacts is gone. And so we have this one through here. I'm just going to quickly click on it and then pause straight away. So Thabost Niles has been stolen. If we go back into here, so somebody is going to be trying to leave the fortress. And so Thabost Niles was here. Now that's got Lemerol. And he was going off to report a crime. Now this is actually one of these interesting things because I've left these out in the open, but I've done that on purpose to try to stop anything. Now we know that it's missing, but I don't think the crime has been reported yet. I don't think it has. So in this case, Asmal is reporting the crime. If we have a look at the items, he doesn't have anything on him. I can go through every single unit, but if we look at the goblins, not seeing anything there. There should be somebody running around or trying to leave the fortress with the piece of goods. Now, it may have been stolen a little while back. And if we have a bit of a look, I'm just going to have a look to see if I can find any visitors that are on their way out. Can they get out of here? I don't think they can. The butcher hauling a cage trap. So we can't let this thing escape the area if we can help it. This one won't have it. And this is open. So someone could have actually stolen it and then run away. I should actually keep this one thing closed. It can be people from within your fortress. I think what we'll need to do is we'll need to lock everyone into burrows for while we actually try to solve the crime, and then we'll need to I'll just go back down to the level and just see if there's anyone on this staircase that will be trying to get away. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. Question was what's in the cage. It should be a wolf, I think, or an emu, one of the two. It won't really matter at this point in time. Just go to all the visitors and just have a quick look and see if they've got it. But this should be where Thabos Niles was assigned, but it's not there. So it was an artifact ring. Is what we now have as a problem. Let's have a quick look at the justice menu. Theft of the flare of strapping. Yeah, okay, it is in here. Okay, so we've got Asmel Olenthadak has been accused. So that's the person. So we do know there's actually been different things going on. So let's see if we can find Asmel, the fish dissector. So we will interrogate, I think, to start with. And Asmel is where? There it is. There it is. Right there. So right with Resmelin. So Asmel, the fish dissector, there it is, hidden away. Hidden away. All right, so not making a run for it just yet. We'll keep an eye on that one, because what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our justice menu. We're going to interrogate Asmel, this one here. 3 witnesses have shouted out Asmel stole the ring. So we'll go and do that one through there. Yep, we'll go and do that one, and we'll just watch what happens with Asmel with some interest. Now, if Asmel starts to move away, nope, still just sitting in there. We sort of look a bit the same, but there's still Asmel there. Then the justice will come. The sheriff. He's talking to a zombie. Yep, so it's now being dragged down. Oh, Thabos Niles has been seen past. Was seen passed to a thief. Pause. So we've still got another aspect of it. So, the thief. Okay, so what actually happened there? So Thabos Niles was seen being passed to a thief. So, and I didn't catch who was around Asmel. So Asmel will no longer have it. It's now gone. It's been passed to somebody else. So Asmel was working for somebody else. So this is where the intricacy of this then comes in. So it's unsolved. So this is the first bit. So saw Methida. Yeah. So different witnesses have seen different people admiring the object. So Methila Whisperword was watching it. Oh, here we go. So we've got this one is the theft, and so we're looking at Feeden, the human monster slayer. Dismal Zombie is possibly the one. Now that was the one that was standing with the thief, the original thief, at the start. Now where the hell is that zombie slayer? What was its name again? Feeden. So we'll go back in again. So Feeden looks to be, he says he's going off to report a crime, but that won't be the case. He's trying to cover his tracks, and there it is, in his right hand. So he's carrying it around. So we now need to go and arrest this person, or at least interrogate. So we'll now follow this. We'll follow the money and see where it ends up. That should be the last one. But I'm going to lock the fortress down while we solve this. So I don't want anyone escaping. So I'm going to set up my burrow system properly and just make sure that we are dealing. So we're dealing in the safe one, not the forest one. So I'll just click on done, and we'll just go and repaint this burrow, just in case there's other areas that, like this, for example, that really should be part of this burrow and they're not. So we'll just keep on painting away the areas in the fortress that need to be painted. It's going to be a little bit time consuming. And then we've done the outside there. We don't need to worry about that one. Keep on coming back up. That's all okay. That's okay. Don't know what I was doing over there, but I'll still just include that as well. That was also for some reason, I'm not sure why I was doing that either. This is fine. This is actually our main layer. Want that to be activated as well. I've just thought of something really clever. I can force the issue here with this, because I need to now change what's acceptable in here. I can make this acceptable, but not where it actually is. So I can finally move this one out of here just using burrows. I didn't even think of doing it this way. That is no longer an acceptable area of the fortress when we do turn the burrow system on. So so that is fine. Then we've got this big bedroom. Let's make sure the other bedrooms are all covered. These are for future. I don't want that to be done unless we sort of secure it, which we can come back and do another time. They're just future beds. I should actually fix that up, I think. Nothing else there. Nothing there. That's almost okay. That's okay. This is just telling my dwarves where they're allowed to go. And I'm allowing them to sort of go up through the top of this and into this room here, but not out into this room. As far as the dwarves are concerned, I think that this room is safe. So we'll actually allow them to come back up into here. The military aren't under this sort of same constraint if they're activated. Not that the other guys need to be up here at all, but I'll just leave it there. Then we've got the roof. Okay, so that's, I don't think there's much below. I'll just go to the bottom of the fortress and just have a quick look around and just to see if there's anything we need to concern ourselves with. Actually, where is it? It's the only real way down at this stage. Then I did open up sort of largish areas down in through here as well. So I've been sort of fairly okay with all of this. All right, so that'll be fine. We'll just accept that. So the safe zone is now done. Let's just now lock the fortress down, and that means that no one else can leave. So if we just go back up to the F2, which is this layer here. Now the thief was deeper down. The thief was here. So freedom is down on our workshop layer. So moving away. We also have a human bard there as well. So we do have a few visitors that have come back down to the bottom here. And so this one will have lived a fairly interesting life. So so Kudrigam is saying, what did I do to warrant such an injustice? Okay, well, we can go through that. You were aggressive. You were actually lucky you weren't here last time, because we did end up deciding that for every day of incarceration that you end up having, if you've got a named character, you end up being banned for that many minutes. And you were in there for 20-something days, I think, from memory. We'll have a look in just a minute. So anyway, we'll keep that. We'll keep this track going on. We'll just follow this through until we sort of get the thief captured. So I'm just going to go and do the lockdown. So we do that through our squads menu, and then we activate this. This is only, sorry, you do this through the squads if you have DF hack, or really DF hack is such a big thing in the game because it's makes the game so much easier. If I don't do it that way, I've got to then go through a lot more convoluted way within the game to do it, but I don't need to do it there. Hi, Began, how you going? Saying, woohoo, greetings and chat. Have you been feeling sick? Yes, I have been. I've been ill for the last 4 or 5 days. And so I've been feeling a bit better, the last few days I've been sort of getting back on top, but yeah, the first couple of days I was really completely wiped. Then I nearly streamed yesterday, and I got down in, and actually there's a few new games that have come out that I really wanted to show them, but I'm not going to be able to do that until next week. And so I thought I'd wait until I've got my voice back again properly, and then come back and show those. But there's some very, very good games that are coming back out. And so I almost, yesterday I was almost going to stream one of them, and I did the thumbnail and everything, and then it was like I just thought, no, I'll go back to bed. Anyway, we're here today. That's the important thing. And I was thinking of streaming one of those games today, then I thought, no, I'll just keep the Dwarf Fortress, the Fortress Friday thing going. Megan saying, hope that you get back to your norm soon. Yeah, well, I'm pretty much there in terms of everything, just except for my voice. A little bit of running nose, but not very much. But I'm actually away today and tonight, basically, so I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back again. I'll be away tomorrow as well, so yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow. But after that, I should be back on my normal sort of schedule, which means every single day. So what's the for Nemesis Records? Is someone over there? We don't know. When I click on it, it's just an error. The save game may be corrupt. The save game contains units which are missing their assigned Nemesis records. Missing Nemesis records have been known to cause crashes during game save and when retiring forts. We've tried saving the game and it saved okay. So units with missing Nemesis records will permanently disappear if they leave the map or if the fort is retired. So it hasn't caused any crashes yet, but it's only just appeared. So there was an update to the game, and I'm thinking it's come from that update. All right, well, actually, let's just quickly go back to the Justice menu, and because we now need to go and... now, we did have an interrogation. Asmal, you've got an interview scheduled there already. I will actually go and do that one as well. We also have the this one as well. We can interrogate Feed'em. So we'll do this one here, the Human Monster Slayer, the zombie. So we'll actually go and, because we know that he's got people have reported it already. People have been shouting, "Hey, they've got it! They've got the thing." Now there's no way out for them unless they're an actual thief and can open doors. Well, they can at the moment, but we're going to change things up. We're going to lock the fortress down. I don't think there's anyone outside. If we just start to lock doors, so we'll make that one forbidden. I don't need to bring the drawbridge up. And we'll then lock this door as well. So that's now forbidden. We've now sort of locked, and if there's any problem with anyone outside, your two groups of citizens are stranded, that one, and it's just the two kids. So Gomok and Esar, who is in here. Now, I don't have, because I've now locked the door, I can just solve the crime. So I don't need to unlock it. But I think I might still put the alert on. So I'm going to activate the civilian alert. It's sort of funny because I was just thinking before, if I didn't have DF hack, how would I actually activate the alert? And I don't know if it's through the Burrows system. I don't think it is. The Burrows just defines where things actually are. I don't know if it was part of the squads originally. I can't remember the way to handle that. That's the objects. Anyway, this is the easy way. Bang, done. We've now got an alert in place where they can only move in that burrow that we had defined. And if we have a look and see the civilian alert, if I go back into here, it's the safe zone is the one that they're allowed to go. So choose the burrows where you want your civilians to hide during danger. Control N, sound the alarm. Citizens run to safety, which it is at the moment. It's not all clear yet until we solve this crime. So we've got two different people now that we need to let's follow the ring and just see where it all ends up. But no one else can really get out of the fortress. There's no other way out. Those two doors now should be the end of it. Stray war dog there. I'm not sure why that's wandering around. Anyway, that's okay. I should give them as pets to the various military, so that they can start to use them in combat. Anyway, let's follow this one around and just see what he does. There he's crawling around, no activity. Still got it. He's having a good look around. Who's that? Adrian, captain of the guard. Okay, so he's going to go now and interrogate Feed'em. So if we now follow the captain of the guard around, it looks like he's already now spoken to him. So he's interrogated him there without bringing him back. Let's have a look and see what actually came out of that. And open up the justice menu again. Oh, now there's even more things going on. So now, if we go and have a look at the interrogations, the intelligence of all of these different things. Now we've got the Feed'em. Actually, let's have a first of all look and see if Feed'em has still got the item. Yes, it does. Okay, so Feed'em has still got it. So now it's now becoming more complicated. And so we're now getting more and more information about different things that are going on. This is where I love this part of the game, because it actually really, it just becomes so deep, and it all connects back to the Legends mode. In fact, we have an old Legends mode that we can bring in. Let's go and do that right now. So let's just go and Alt tab our way out and open up that. think it's in here. Downloads, games, Dwarf Fortress, mods. Nope, that's old. Yeah, I think this is the one. It's old, but I think it's the only one that we've got. I'll see if it works. This one is, I think this is it here. Or is that the old one? I can't remember which one is which. Actually, maybe that's it there. I can't remember the name of our world. Should be showing up in here somewhere. Maybe I'll come back to that one. No, I can't remember what the world name is. I'll just have to open up one of those two. We'll try Kenamtara. I'm sure it'll now be the wrong one. I'm sure of it. So we'll load it in. We'll explore it. And we'll just we'll start with the, on the map, just see if it does actually have our location, which was up around there, I thought, where we were playing it. Let's just go back to the, where is it? Razor Wealth? No. No, I think we've got the wrong one. I'll just go back into it again. Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case. Sorry, I'm still in the middle of this. Start that one up again. So we'll try this one. Just so we can get a bit of a backstory. Yeah, there's heaps of goblins on this one. Infrastructure. Actually, that's the one I needed to look at. Yeah, this is the one. This is our one. So this was from when when everything was first established. So we don't actually know exactly what's going on. Now, there can be false names and things given as well. But we'll start to now just do a bit of a search around. So if we go back into society, we've got factions and groups, historical figures. So we'll see if we can find that particular zombie, human, if we can. So his name was Feedham Copper Lancer. But it's probably a false name. Yep, no, there's nothing there. Not seeing anything there at all. So he's not historical at this time, or he's not using his real name. So because this is like 4 or 5 years old, this data that we actually have, this is from when the game was first generated. I could sort of go and build out other things. So if we go and have a look at the intelligence that we actually have, so these are the interrogations, and this is the outcome of the different interrogations that actually happened. There's Kujagrim's one. So this is met with the subject attempting to build rapport. This one here was, if we go back to convicts, because Kujagrim wanted to see what they had done. So Kujagrim is their bookkeeper. Disorderly conduct in through there as well, and building destruction, so overturned a table, and then disorderly conduct again. So Did a few nasty things in through there. So no sentence pending because it's already served its time. And Zulban also building destruction. So there's vandalism there from those two when they were depressed. So that's sort of what we end up having. The intelligence that we actually have, if we just go back out, hang on, where are we? Justice, intelligence. So we've got the interrogations back in through here. So Zulban and the Art of Stuttering, Kujagrim. Now we've got the two Asmal, and then we've got Feedham in through here, who have both been interrogated in the spring of 305. So if we just go back across and have a look at what Asmal said. So this is, now I've got to say the captain of the guard is not that great. So Adrian Soter is not the greatest captain of the guard. So met with the subject, attempted to misrepresent facts surrounding the case in order to elicit information. Subject had a distrustful nature and refused to listen. In retrospect, interrogator may have completely misjudged the subject's character. Now we get a lot of this coming back up with what's going on. So if we just go back in again, and we'll have a look now at what Feedham said. So this is actually what happened here. So in this case, so he met with the humans, the human monster slayer, the dismal zombie. So met with the subject, made intimidating remarks in order to elicit information. Subject was naively complied. Subject confessed to the theft. Subject revealed that Feedham Copperlancer is in fact an assumed identity. There we go. Subject's true name is Alim Harvest Apple. Let's look up Alim Harvest Apple and see what we can find. Alim. There he is. Okay, so we now actually have our historical figure. So this is in the Legends Viewer. So I can actually go across into this particular character. There's only 3 chronicles, about 23 events though. So we can just get, this is now sort of outside of the game. We're looking at the historical record from when the game was first created. So he was a merchant. You can sort of see down through here, this is his parentage. So he's got a, so there are actually a few, like he comes from a bloodline that is historical. And so he's got like his mother and dad, his mum and dad were a building commission of the Indigo Home, a skilled record keeper. And this one was a legendary fish cleaner, but also a former lawgiver of the Confederation of Dawn. And his mum or dad, I don't know which one that actually is, I think it's his mum, also former head treasurer of a different group, and also the former high executioner. So that's his parentage, because they're coming back through there. They died at the different ages. This one is 252 years old because he's undead. So he's been around for a long, long time. Skills are that he's a competent spearman, etc., etc. We can sort of see those different things. Then there will be different stuff that's actually happened to him in his life. So the first thing that happened through here is in 54, he became friends with somebody that's also in the historical record in 55. So another one became friends. 56, another one became childhood friends. Became a poet in Spice Baked. So this is in 66. Okay, so in the midwinter of 66, Alan was denied the apprenticeship under the elf of Isom Poem Paths in Perfect Wood, as the elf prefers to work alone. So I'm not sure what that will be. Possibly, if he's a poet, possibly as poetry. In 66 was denied apprenticeship again. So that was the second time. He did then eventually keep on applying and eventually got into becoming an apprentice. Settled in Perfect Wood in order to be with the master in 66. In 67, became a member of the Fetid Shadows. That looks like yes, there we go, a troop of dwarves, a performance troop. So he was like one of the token humans in that particular group. Just go and set this one up. So we've got like 50 entries. We sort of just go through. So this is his story. Then in the early spring of 127, so he was around for another 60 odd years. Became a refugee in the winter of clinching during the first conquest. As a result of the living fight as part of the Foolish Trouble. So this is actually a war, the Grey Workers, the attacker against the Aquamarine Bastion. We don't know exactly what actually happened through here. So there's, in this one here, the Grey Workers attacker versus The silty citadel of aquamarine bastion. No idea what that is. It's possibly humans. Den chamber. First conquest. It's a fortress. It's dwarves. Site conquered. Yep. Okay. So that was the outcome was that the site was conquered. Settled in Den chambers. So Den chamber is a fortress. Actually, no, it's not a dwarven fortress. It's not a dwarf fortress. Yeah, no, it's still be a dwarven location, I think. Become a merchant there. This is actually his main job. So this is in 129. Became a member of the Bank of Gold, the merchant company. So he became so he left doing a troubadour and became a merchant, again a banker. So in 129, they held a foot race. There's a lot of these little things that actually happened. So he competed in these sorts of things as well. He's fairly old by now, but he's still there. We go. In 132, Alan died of old age. Yeah, so he wasn't. So he's competing in his old age with different sorts of things. So he then dies, and then 100 years later, he's revived. So in 232, exactly 100 years, Alan was brought back by the dead by the human necromancer and King's Apple in Den Chamber. So somehow a necromancer ended up in the burial pits of where he spent his life essentially, and brought him back from the dead. In 256, he then was part of an attack. So the Confederation of Dawn at Den Chamber, leader of the attack was Alim. So he made his way up. So he's still a merchant administrator, but he's undead now. He attacked a site back in here as well. So this is Alim was the leader of this particular attack. So he's become as a dismal zombie. He's sort of got like the mentality to be able to to think, whereas the other normal zombies don't. So he's just he's actually a useful zombie. There will be something here where there's not sure where that is. Confederation of Dawn. What's that one? This is a civilization of humans. Okay, so it is humans that are at Den Chamber. Oh, hang on, no, the Granite Reticence. Dwarves. Attacked the escorted Southern Authority of humans. Oh, no, it was humans, sorry, that were being attacked by dwarves. Okay, so battle fought. So so this is actually other events. So we're going now back from 258. This is sort of like these are just recounting other different battles and things that actually happened in through here as well. So 258 was the last actual record that we have of what he did, and then we don't really know much else about what's gone on through from there. So he's not it's not coming up that he's part of a criminal group, unless the Bank of Gold is somehow associated with that. So they're located back over in here. There he is there. So, no, that's okay. So it's the Bank of Gold is where they're from anyway. So that's sort of like their merchant group. You can just go back out again. Actually, if you have a look at the actual, the one who brought him back to life, and King's Apple. Necromancer, Overlord of the Granite Reticence, legendary lie maker. There we go. So we can sort of see different groups that have sort of come back out from this particular one, but we're not seeing our guy here. Granite Reticence, site government of dwarves. Interesting. So he's an overlord, and there'll be a lot of different events with him. He's got 100 events. There's too much to have a look at. But it should then sort of show him bringing different other people back to life as well. But anyway, that's where our guy is from. So, met with the subject, made intimidating remarks. He naively complied. Subject confesses to the theft. Subject reveals that Freedom Copperlancer is an assumed identity. Yep, so we've looked all out. Subject reveals that in the early spring of 304, the subject plotted to infiltrate the painful deep in order to steal treasures and prepare a coup under the influence of an unidentified creature. In the late summer of 304, the subject, as the monster slayer Phaedum Copperlancer of the heroic Loaves, corrupted Asmal mountain clans in order to have an agent in Razorwealth. Subject met with Asmal and made a threat. Asmal was too afraid not to comply, despite valuing the law. So subject reveals that in the late summer of 304, Asmal plotted to steal the flare of strapping under the influence of the subject. So that's sort of what they ended up having. So this is actually what actually has gone on through here now. So we've now got other things we now need to ask him. So we don't have any. We know exactly we're going to get it back. So we've now got these different things actually going on. Now we can start to incarcerate straight away because we've now got two people that we know are guilty. So we can actually do different things. We've got there's an unidentified boss. So we've got a thief in through here. This is our this is the thief that is the the one that we've got. This is the dwarf. There's a member of some sort of criminal organisation, which is Alim, or Phaedum, as his assumed identity is, and then we have like a boss figure that we don't know who that is just yet, so unidentified in through there. So that's the organisations. The actors that we have is got Alim have Harvest Apple, alias Phaedum Copperlancer. Associated organisation is unidentified at this stage. So associated plot is infiltrate the painful deep, which was agreed in 304. Asmal is also now part of this plot as well. And then there's the unidentified as the highest known in the organisation so far. So we end up with these very, very intricate interactions going on. And then you've got the interrogations back in through here as well. So that's now, we can keep on interrogating because we now still have open cases. So the theft of the flare in through there, there's the two different ones in through there. So you see how Phaedum has now owned up to it. And if we go back to here, Phaedum has now implicated Asmal and has confessed on Asmal's behalf. So Asmal doesn't have a hope in hell. So what I think we can do is we can actually now put Asmal in prison. So let's go and do that. And we'll keep on interrogating the other one. So we'll just go back to convict. So there's 33 witnesses saw Asmal steal it. So we'll just go, yes, proceed. Does anyone want to have Asmal named and so that he can be banned for as many minutes as he is going to be put in prison? Now we've got two instances of espionage against the painful deep. And so the Phaedum has actually accused himself. He's sort of implicated himself. So we can also go and interrogate Phaedum back in through here again as well, because he's actually now admitted it. So we can find out more information. So we'll go and do that one. And he's also, whoops, hang on. And then we also have this one as well, where he implicates somebody higher up. And so we don't know who that someone higher up actually is, but we do know this one. We may be able to get more information out of him. Let's follow our trusty... actually, what have we got in through here? These guys are just building everything. They're sleeping in here. Actually, we need to get more bedrooms. Anyway, we'll keep on following this until we get this one solved, and then we'll just come back up. Where's Adrian Sotier? Where's the captain of the guard? He's got no job, but oh, there he is. All right. So Adrian Sotier, captain of the guard, is now going to be moving off. So we'll just go and follow captain of the guard around a little bit and just to see where we end up. Okay, so now he's interrogating yet again. And has now gone and got more information. So in this case, I don't think we'll sort of see what goes on with this. William Chapman's in a depression. It's okay, we'll just leave them where they are. All right, so go back to the justice menu. So open cases. Now we've done... let's just go back into the intelligence that we now have. So we've got Phaedum has now been interrogated a second time. And interrogation report. So are making so met with the subject, made intimidating remarks in order to elicit information. Subject naively complied. Subject confessed to espionage. Unfortunately, no new pertinent information was revealed. Right, so we don't know who that big unknown boss figure is, probably outside of the fortress, but we now at least know that, that this Freedom needs to be also now put in prison. So we've now got 2 more. So we'll just go back into the open cases. So we've got the theft. Now we've already got the conviction there of well, Freedom there as well. This is now this is the second one. If we want to convict, this action is irreversible. Yes. And I'm going to convict Freedom of this as well. Yes, proceed. And we don't know who this other one is. So we have 1 open case. And let's now just go and watch. Where's, again, Adrian? He's going off to beat a criminal. So Adrian Sotier will actually dish out punishment. You'll sort of see that there's nothing really dangerous. It's not as if Adrian's a member of the military. So he's not as, like, if he was a member of the military, he'd be killing people that he interrogates, or she would be killing them off. But not in this case, because you don't want to have 2 people that are too strong as your captain of the guard. So let's go and see what actually happens in through here. Goes back down. There we go. A bit of blood splatter on the ground here. So it's beaten this one up. So Adrian they never fight back. So they do take it on the chin. So Adrian Sotier is now still going off to beat somebody else. There we go. And is now beating the other one as well. And is now leading him off to prison. So he's now going to chain Freedom into the prisons. For some reason, they can't move him. So that's actually a bit of, I don't know what's going on there. He's been injured. Got 1 injured citizen, which is, the Dwarf Herbal. Now, I don't know why he got injured. Yeah, okay, so this all we're seeing is this one. I'm not sure how the Dwarf Necromancer became injured in through there. Now, this is funny because this has not gone through here. This kid should be outside in here. Hang on. How did you get in there? I'm going to try to get him out. I don't know how that's actually happened. I'm going to lock this door. I've got a feeling somehow he jumped down or fell down or something. Because he can't get through there. Who's this guy? No idea. But he's in with a potential were creature here. So we're going to go and unlock this one. Now if I lock the kids in there, that still works. All right, so they're now, both the were creatures are now back up in the top area. I think he's come down to go to sleep, but now can't get back out. So I'll make that one passable for now. We may even build other areas back in here as well. Just we've got different things we can then go and do. Just come back to all of these other different bits and pieces in through here. So with the fighting that went on, Captain of the Guard just punching. So it's just punching them, basically. So it's hurting them a little bit. And the fish dissector as well. So, just it bit him on the throat, etc., etc. So anyway, that's fine. We'll just leave them where they are. Everything else up in here is fine. So I'll sort of leave them off. I wonder if, I'm thinking of now building like a whole other room network off here. Yes, now that we've got the two kids sort of like in a separate little zone, let's make a 5x5 area there, another 5x5 there. Do the same thing up in here, just so I can do more with this area if I have to. Because I've now got access to this room again. I think that person came down to go to sleep, which is not a good idea. So there's the Dwarf Herbalist Necromancer. No job. So this one's not a problem. Asmal, the fish dissector, is in here, resting up, is injured and unconscious. But needs to be put in prison. So I'll just go back to I just don't know why they're not able to move off this area. Just trying to put him in prison. So he's trying to chain him up. He's injured with no activity. His visitor is ready to leave. Well, he can't leave. He's still got that one through there. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I'll let them just continue doing what they're doing for a little while. What we might have to do is try to save the game and just see how we go. God, we've got a lot of dogs now. Yep, so that's all. Yeah, so that's sort of been handled, but he's still got the actual item there. I don't think I can go back and interrogate him any further. So we've got these. We need to get it off him. I'm not sure how we get it off him. Yes, that's what we have there. Convicts. Yeah, 225 days in prison for you. No sentence pending there. Why is that? He stole it. But he's let him out. Alright, just let it save. I might just quit out and just see if he can still put him in prison afterwards. As if he's refusing to leave or something like this. I'll clear this Vegan alert and see if that actually helps as well. I mean, we've solved the crime. We just don't know what to do about this one here. I could actually attack him and kill him and to get what we need back. which if we can't do it any other way, we're going to have to do it that way, I think. Let's clear the civilian alert and then just unpause. There we go. So he's now in prison. We need to get that off him before he's let out as well. He doesn't feel anything about this stuff because he's undead. But he does still have Thabos Niles. I'm not sure how we get that one back. Yeah, there's nothing else there. It's now summer. It's now summer. Right. So, what if we don't give Adrian a couple of war dogs? We don't need to, I don't think. It'd just be funny to sort of see what happens. So there's nothing else much really happening through here. We've still got the one injured citizen back in through here from being bitten in the neck. And then we've got the different doctors and things that will be looking after him. So the two kids are still back in here. The other dwarves are going to come in and start to flash out those other rooms. I better go and fix up. Oh, hang on, what's this guy doing? F6, we'll just go back down. F6 is not, that's F5? Yeah, F5. Just need to make sure I get all of the, or anything that can be, now you can see there's a lot of the grass has been chewed up. So we've got a fair few animals in here that we probably don't really want to be having. So I might actually go through all the animals and get rid of the ones that aren't going to be useful to me. So for example, we get wool from the ram. Even though there's no other, looks like he's the only sheep that's actually in there. We do actually have some foals. We'll have a look at all of this stuff and we'll also do that one now, I guess. I've just read some comments. I've missed a lot of the comments here. So, yeah, orangutang's not the best criminal. Stole it in front of 3 people. So, yeah, hope you're getting back to your norm soon. Yeah, no, I feel fine. It's just my throat now. I was stuck watching lower quality streams, says Beacon. Yeah, I've been out of action for about 4 days. So we've answered about the records. I think the alert is just part of DF hack. It turns up on the burrow. It turns on the burrow. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but anyway, how goes the dwarf fortressing? I'm alive, says Seth. Yes, you are. And good evening. And Sigmundo on YouTube is saying howdy, Daz. Hi back, and Muzzle Paint as well. Do you have secret knowledge to share on the Shadow Empire DLC? I've seen it. I know that there's now a closed beta starting, and I haven't put my name down for that because I don't like to see things too early, and I don't know how long away it'll be. I'll probably be given it within a week or so of it being released, I would think. So I don't have too much information, but I'm looking at it very, very keenly. So it's certainly on my radar. So there we go. So Eric Gore is saying, I just lost a fortress because of a were koala and not having rooms in the hospital. Yes, well, you need to have rooms that you can lock down, and it certainly is important. Michael Espy saying, hi Daz, thanks for keeping me company at work. Any plans to return to RimWorld? I never have time to get to it. Like, I guess it's sort of, I don't, not for any good reason, actually. I always just forget that it's there. Excuse me. So Nasa saying, do you play modded stuff too? Yeah, well, we are playing, like, we've got DF hack running on this one, as an example. Like lightly modded. Yeah, I do play, like Shadow Empire, I definitely play with mods. I've got my own mods for that. Dwarf Fortress with DF hack, I find is really important. Nothing sort of too much. If it's a game that's popular and a mod changes it dramatically, then that's different. But for sort of like more niche games, I tend not to have them overly modded. Certainly Age of Wonders 3, I used to have completely modded because the game was not good without it. But Age of Wonders 4 I don't, because it's very good without the mods. And Bainbridge saying, hi Daz, did we have fun losing yet? Not yet. No, we haven't lost yet. We're doing pretty well. So Maz is then sort of saying, "Hey, Daz, have you ever tried any of the Gary Grigsby games, or do they just not appeal to you?" Yeah, I used to play them back way back when they first came out, and I don't think I've played one since. But if you're thinking about, and I'm thinking about some of the smaller games that he made, but the War in the Pacific, I think that's one of his, and War in the West and War in the West 2 and things like the War in the East, sorry, and War in the East 2, I think they're Gary Grigsby games, are just too big to stream. So even though I appreciate what's in them, I just will never play them. So so that's not something that I'll actually go and do. Excuse me. So I'll just go back into zones in through here, click on this one through here, and we'll first of all just go and assign everything that needs to be assigned into here. So I can just use DFAC to do that one. So I only want to have grazers included in through this other side. Now some of these will end up being, you've got a couple, in fact this is an easy way to do this one at this stage. We've got a few different grazers that are domesticated and they're just wandering around and not actually assigned to it. So I'm just going to click on these and assign them to it. It's an easy way to do that one. So they need to come back in, otherwise they're going to starve, and we don't want that. So that gets them sorted. There's a lot of animals in here though. Stray mule. It's a male. There's a horse. So we have a female and a male horse, and they're having the foals. I'm happy with that. So I'm happy for that little family to sort of stay where they are. Further back over this way, we've got a whole lot of these cavy pups, which there's a cavy sow there. There must be a cavy boar there. 2 years old. Another one there. It's strong but frail. I don't know how that works. So we can just butcher them if we wanting to. We can do it manually. Now we've also got a jackrabbit and a buck rabbit there and a buck rabbit there. So they're both males. These are pets. They're both pets, so I can't get rid of them, or I shouldn't get rid of them. A stray donkey, it's a female. The females are worth a lot more than the males. And we have a donkey foal, so they're actually still having, they're having foals, which is fine. Look, there's enough in here for me not to panic about it. We've got 2 water buffaloes. We've got a male and a female. So they will end up also having babies, which is another good thing. Then we have this yak on its own, which is female, but it can still be milked. So they're all sort of useful. I don't think we need to worry about it. I think we'll just leave it alone. Now, I'm not sure how we get the thief to give up what they've got. If I go back up to F2, yes, so Limeril is there. I forget where that one was. Or was it? It was a ring, I think. Was it a ring? Just better find out what that is now. Siltstone ring. How do we do this? He wants to leave, but he's chained. He's going to be in here for the best part of a year. I'm not sure how we get rid of it, actually. How we take one. Thanks for the subscription there, Luke Sec. Luke Sec saying, "Hey Daz, on your 2026 Dwarf Fortress tutorial, did you cover burrows? I still don't understand very much this part." Yeah, I don't know if I did. I was really only just covering the basics, and burrows are sort of like mid-level, I guess. Like it's more to do with squads and then controlling your fortress. Now, all a burrow is an area. So all you're doing when you define a burrow, you're just defining an area. There's different ways to define. Like we've got two burrows in our fortress. So when I have a look at it, we've got one called safe and one called forest. And so the forest is where we are allowing the, for example, the auto chop mechanism uses burrows. You can use a forest. The forest is actually where we chop down wood. So if I go back into F5 and have a look, this should be the burrow that we have for chopping down wood. If we just go and have a quick look and see, you can see there's like a forest area that has been chopped out of that, like that's been designated, and then that's been then assigned. So the burrow on its own does nothing. All it's doing is just designating this part of the fortress is going to be called whatever. This one is called forest in through that particular zone, and then we have to do other things to assign it. So, and a lot of those things are done just through DFHack. That's sort of an easy way for them to sort of handle things. So if I go beyond that particular one, so I've designated that area because that's a good growing area for forests. And if I go and have a look at the control panel for DFHack, there's auto chop, and then there's like the little gear symbol. If I go into the gear symbol, I can then set up what it's going to then go and do. And so it's going to use the forest burrow, which we designated. So all I did there was just allocate the forest burrow into this particular one, and then just tell it that chop trees that are in this area. There's no trees that are in that particular area at this point in time, but I can do that outside as well. I can sort of designate different areas for chopping. So there's also different things I can sort of do back and through that side. So that's essentially what we end up with auto chop. Auto chop just then uses the burrows automatically, and similarly with the civilian alert, I can go to the gear symbol and say, okay, which of these burrows is going to be the one that is going to be where the citizens are constrained to. And so the safe zone is a big zone that's all the safe areas in the actual fortress. Actually, while we're doing that, I might just have a look at auto butcher and have a quick look and see. Yeah, we've got cavies in through there. Yeah, so we're sort of getting to our limits there with the cavies. That's all right. So we'll start to slaughter them fairly soon. That's all right. Might have a look it up and just see if I can find information about how to get back. Retrieve stolen artifact. There we go. How to get it back? I'll just have a look at some of these. These are a bit old. These are a bit more modern. It's the Steam community back up through there. I don't want to prevent them being stolen because it's a fun part of the story, I think. Use the justice system to interrogate. Send a military squad to attack the thief's location, if known, or launch a retrieve mission if it's from another site. So these are all different things. Now, interrogation should have actually given it back. Let's have a look at this, see what this one's saying. If caught, sentence them to a harsh penalty like many hammer strikes so that they drop the item. Cage trick, it's a bug. If they're jailed and released, they might be caged. Construct and dump the cage to strip the inventory. If the thief is an outsider who hasn't been jailed, find their location, maybe in a tavern, and have your military attack them. Yeah, it's a bit hard, isn't it? Okay, this is a tricky one. It's not really sort of telling me. It's not giving me information. This is old information. It's not going to really be helpful, I don't think. I don't know. That's a tricky one. Really tricky. It's right there, but we can't get it. I don't think I can interact with him either in any sort of meaningful way. Can I send a squad down? Feed him. That's about all we can do, I think. What do you reckon, guys? That's our options. I think is to send a goon squad down to take the goods. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. I'll do whatever you guys want. Well, if you wanted to just write numbers, 1 will be send the goon squad. 2 will be let him get away with the loot. Up to you. It's up to you guys. What I'll try to do is, well, actually, I'm going to have to kill him. I'm going to have to kill him to get it. So anyway, so deploy the goons, says Sev. There we go. 1 from Began as well. Just wait for a few more votes, and then we'll just let them go in. But I can actually at least kill him. So that's going to be just. This is only a small group that we've actually got through here. These guys are not that well decked out. So we'll see how we go. Could do a poll. Just that I'm also on YouTube as well. So obviously Goon Squad says J skis. Say J skis. So Jason's saying just joined. You're trying to get your artifact back from no, not from the goblins, from this criminal that we've put the criminal in the prison, but we haven't taken back he's still got the stolen goods squirreled away. Actually, he's wearing it on his hand. Do they lose their equipment if you rough them up a bit? I don't think so. No, it's unless it gets cut off them. So it's only if his hand gets chopped off. Actually, what we should do is just to see what happens. So where do we go? Yeah, so it looks like we're sending the goon squad in. If we have a look at where he is, so he's lying down on his bed. He's he's a zombie anyway, so he's not going to die. I mean, we could even just lock the door and just keep him in there forever and have that as where the thing actually goes as well. But actually, that error's gone. That's good. I don't know why. Anyway, that's fine. Anyway, I think that we just have to send them in because there's no other way to actually get that off him. What I'll do is I'll be a bit more mindful. If we have a quick look at this particular squad, if we look at the equipment, we've got metal armor in through here. Some of them don't have all of their. This particular little squad doesn't have everything, but we're not seeing any actual anything with them. They're not showing. Like if I go back to this one, for example, and look at equipment, we then see all the weaponry that they've got. This one also isn't fully decked out yet, so they need more backpacks. I might just go and tell them to make more flasks. I think we've still got leather. Just before we go and do that, I'll just try to correct little things as I see them. Got a little bit of leather there, not a hell of a lot. Yeah, we've been making a lot of stuff. In that case, I'm going to go and kill some things Let's just go back down to the bottom here, and we'll just go and start to kill off. The donkeys are useful. The reindeers... Sorry, reindeer. Christmas is over. So we'll butcher the reindeer. We'll butcher the yak cow. It's clumsy. It does provide milk. But we've got horse milk. Why would you want yak milk when you've got horse milk? So we'll butcher that one. The savvy, if you're male, you're gone. Female, male. We'll butcher you. We won't get much from this one through here. Another male. So yeah, we'll butcher you as well. That's the cow or the sow. I've got two. That's a 2-year-old. That's another 2-year-old. This one's the strong and frail one. I think we'll actually butcher that one as well. And another female one there. So we'll just get a few of them sort of established. They're ultimately going to be a little source of leather for us over time. We also have a lot of cats and dogs. There's a dog that somehow made its way down into here. Oh, this is someone's pet. That's okay. Why didn't the others bring in the other group? Why haven't they got weaponry? So this is Northrex. Does have a steel? Yeah, okay, so it's strapped on. I thought he would have been, in this case, I thought he would have actually been training. No, it's not. Oh, this is sort of staggered into here, I think. No, they've not actually been given any orders. I'll just select that one for them. That way they'll just train constantly. So there he is there. There's Northrex. So battle mode is with the other group. So Syrian saying, do you have a cat down in your lava smelting furnace area? I'm not using lava smelting. I'm actually doing it the hard way. I'm doing it through wood. So we don't actually have we don't have access to lava really. It's too far down, so I'm not going to worry about it. Or I haven't really bothered using it. Everything else is going fairly well there. So let's just now go back down and watch the carnage. But when the goon squad arrives, he's awake, sitting down. Darkwill, orangutans, are they all part of this group? Yep. Bjorf and Northrex. Here they come. So orangutans is going in with his mace to have a crack. Excuse me, I'll just get rid of all of this stuff and we'll just watch as this sort of goes in. I'm just going to start using the full stop key just until we start to sort of see things happen. So we now have the battle starting. So, and I think we'll watch it from the Dismal Zombies perspective. If we have a look, because if I can get the hand removed, if he can drop the ring, then we can leave him in whatever state he's left in at that stage. So we'll just go back in and select. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Select that. So we're starting to now sort of see the bottom down through here. I'm just going to press it so that when I unpause, it'll then just pause whenever anything happens with this particular character. So the Captain of the Guard punches. Yep, that was the previous one. So the human monster attacks the Mace Dwarf, but he jumps away. So this one is actually now fighting back. So the Mace Dwarf scratches the human Slayer in the head, tearing the muscle. Human Monster Slayer attacks the Mace Dwarf, but he jumps away. Bashes a human Monster Slayer in the right hand with the steel mace, fracturing the bone. Force twists the right wrist, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone, tearing apart the. Okay, so this is a ligament has been torn and the tendon has been torn, but we don't know if that's going to be enough to dislodge anything. There's nothing else there. There's nothing. There's just the chain, and then there's just the injured guy in through here. If we look at the items, this is in his right hand. So if we're hitting the right area, but we need to sever it. I think to for that to then drop. So we need a swords dwarf to come back in. So we'll just keep on watching. Jumps away again. So Mace Dwarf bashes in the right foot, fracturing the bone. So he now falls over. So he's now on the ground because his right foot is now smashed. Scratches out at the Mace Dwarf. Nothing actually happens. The Mace Dwarf punches the human monster slayer in the left lower arm, bruising the bone. Strikes, but the shot is blocked with the copper shield. Bashes the dismal zombie in the left arm. So the wrong arm. We need the other arm. Force pulls them. I wish I would say the name in there, even if it's just the first name and then what they are. Like, so we knew it was Orangutan's Library. The Mace Dwarf, would actually be so much better. Mace Dwarf bashes the human monster slayer in the right hand. Oh, here we go. And the injured part is crushed. Did that do it? Still nothing on the ground there. It's now in his left hand. He's now grabbed it with his left hand. It's his precious. It's his precious. If we can crush the other hand, that would be enough. So, bruising the kidneys. Punches it in the right hand again. Doesn't really matter that much. Bends the left shoulder. Okay, bruising the bone. It may even be if we leave the fight at this point in time. They'll keep on fighting because if this thing fights back, which it already has, they will protect themselves. Left knee. Left foot. Yep, shot is blocked again, so it is striking back out again. So in the lower lip, and the injured part is crushed. Pulls the head. Okay, tendon has been torn. Bashes the monster slayer in the right lower arm. So the wrong arm now, fracturing the bone. Right shoulder, shattering the bone. So bashes the human monster slayer, the lower body. Come on, we need the left arm now, left hand in particular. Right upper leg, lower body. God, we're just pulverizing it. Okay, bashes in the right lower arm. Wrong arm. Come on. So. Punches in the upper body again. Nothing much through there. There's no blood because it's undead. Bashes the monster slayer in the right upper leg again. Wrong limb. Oh no, that's right hand. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, punches in the right hand with his left hand. I saw the left and I thought, oh, good. We're finally where we need to be. He's clutching on to the artifact. Lower body, strikes the Mace Dwarf in the left hand with he's now using the ring. So the human, so he now strikes the Mace Dwarf in the left hand with Thabos Niles, but the attack is deflected by the copper left gauntlet, but the force still bends the left wrist. So it's like a magical ring. The Mace Dwarf bashes the zombie in the left lower leg, so again, wrong sort of limb. Bashes the upper body, lower body, upper body, right upper leg. Come on, left hand. Give us the left hand. Swords Dwarf is now involved. So in the right lower leg, fracturing the bone. Many nerves have been severed. Let's have a look and see who that is. So we now have the two of them in here. So we've now got Darkwill, and we also now have, actually we've got three of them. We've got Dwarf, the Mace Dwarf, so it couldn't be either one of these. Let's have a look and just make sure there's nothing left on the ground here. So he is injured. Still got Thabos Niles in his left hand. So just need to crush that one area, and then we've got it. So we'll keep on going. Right foot. Slashes in the upper body. It's been lodged in the wound. Scratches in the left lower leg. So it's now torn off the leather dress. Bashes in the lower body. Yep, gains possession of the steel short sword now. Right leg. It's wishful thinking. I'm looking for left all the time now. Come on, get this done. Lower body. The left foot, injured part is crushed. Okay, so bashes the Monster Slayer in the teeth, so the teeth are now going to be airborne. So we'll start to sort of see teeth now in the room. So you can see there this one is now got like lower front teeth, etc. Now sort of being sprayed around the room. So I'm not seeing the different bits and pieces in here at this point in time. If we just go, no, we can't see anything else around. I don't think there's anything else around here just yet. Okay, now the trousers have been ripped off it. Yep, so he stabs this is the Swords Dwarf doing this sort of damage into here. Here we go. Mace Dwarf bashes the Monster Slayer in the left hand with a steel mace, jamming the bone through the left wrist's muscle and shattering the left wrist bone. The force pulls the left wrist, shattering the bone and shattering the bone. So is that enough to drop it? See there's teeth now and stuff everywhere. Still teeth everywhere in here, but still clutching to it, even though the hand is completely broken. All he's wearing is his gloves and shoes. You leave your shoes on. That's all you've got. Okay, we'll just go back in again. Ah, there we go. Loses hold of Thabos Niles. Okay, so that's now has fallen, has cluttered to the ground. He's rolling around in the dungeon. All right, so we now actually have Thabos Niles is back in here again. So we'll call off the treatment. So no special orders, but will they continue? Because I don't know if they'll continue. Anyway, we got it back. Well, we will get it back. So we now want to get Thabos Niles back in from here. So this is a siltstone ring. So let's just go back and place that one back where it should be. Pride of place in the fortress. That's what you get. So we go back into this one through here. Rings. Siltstone ring. It's funny, it's not actually showing up. Oh, it's probably been put on a. It's probably now been allocated. Like somebody's like now that it's dropped, it's been someone's yelled out, "Quick, go and store it somewhere." Let's have a look and see. It's been locked. Now that's it. I don't mind that. Let's let this play out. If I unlock it, I can then take it away. So let's go and do that. So we'll unlock it and bring it back up again to that zone, just so we bring it back into its resting place. So assign new display items, rings. There it is. Back to your display cabinet, hopefully. And then we've just got the... Well, we'll just go and watch the rest of this fight take place. So I'll go and have a look at it again from... Actually, what I'll do is I'll just get rid of all of that stuff and just watch and see if there's much else that sort of then comes place. So I'm just going to go and... Yeah, orangutans are still fighting. I'll just get rid of more of these. Yeah, orangutans are still fighting. The others have stopped fighting. They're leaving. Oh no, they're going to keep on going. Because he's fighting back, that's the trouble. I'm going to give them orders to move away if they can do it. I can give them other attack orders actually, and see if they follow, because that should be a more detailed order. Like if I go back out into if I tell them to go and attack one of the creatures, they won't do it. What about this human bard? No, they won't do that either. I don't have anything that's actually attackable at this point in time. I'm going to have to set up these bedrooms as well fairly soon. What can I do? Where can I attack them? I might give them a station order. I'll just go and tell them to go back up into their training room, or even just back up into here. All right, guys, we're going to tell you to go back up into here. So that's now their new order. Let's just go back down through the fortress and see if we can see if they will leave. I'll just unpause the game. No, he's dead. All right. Now they're leaving. So we'll just give them no orders, no special orders. All right. So they've killed off that particular creature. So he's actually sitting back in here with all of his accoutrements. So he will now be thrown away. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get for stealing. So he has certainly suffered a lot there. Go back to justice menu. It's a shame that we had to kill him. Anyway, there's we've still got this espionage happening. So we've killed off the middleman in this particular one, and somehow we let Asmal go. Anyway, there'll be whoever the big boss is, we'll keep on coming back. So we'll let that one continue on, I think, now. So they'll just move off. Now we've still got yep, that's being the mangled corpse is going to be thrown away. I'm just going to go back up and put this. Just going to go back up to the top of the fortress and open these doors back up again. And I'll even do this one, I think, just for the fun of it. There we are. So Seb was saying, "Where's the laughter? It's a shame we had to kill him." Oh, it is a shame. It is a shame because he's a historical character. Would have liked to have found out more. Anyway, he's dead. I'm not sure who got the killing blow there. Anyway, it's not as if he had much that he could really go and do. Just go back down to F2 again and wait for something else to happen. Now, Dwarf was probably just saying something at the back end there. Yep, so anyway, it's Didn't do the killing blow, but not used to killing things. So anyway, so Bjolf is feeling a bit of remorse with what's going on here. Anyway, that's justice. There it is. Thabos Niles on display. So that was a fairly eventful. So that was the justice in the fortress. Probably milking that donkey, I would guess. Oh, yeah, it's still got these Nemesis records. I'm not sure where they're coming from. Got a full troop. Still having troubles. Okay, we're getting leather now. What I'll do is I'll just go back down to the workshop layers and just go to this leather area, and we need to add new tasks. We need to make leather backpacks. And leather flasks. Water skins, there it is. I think that's all we need to do. So we get them built. Why is that? Just go back to custom. There should be storing stuff back in here. So that should then deck out our guys a bit better. It needs tanned hides. Okay, so we're a little bit underdone with everything. I might set up a schedule now for just for patrolling the top of the fortress. Everything else is going fairly well down in here. So it's been a little while since I've done this, but we've got these guys in here. Like they should be able to. Now, did I set that up properly? Yeah, this is still active. So they can sort of go and do different things in through there. Everyone's just doing their constant training regime at this stage. Picking up the bolts that were down the bottom there. Oh, there we go. Urim, the peasant, is in a fey mood. So if you go and have a bit of a look and see where Urim is. Where's Urim? It happened there. So one of these should be Urim. Not sure where Urim is. Should be heading down to the other layer. There we go, strange mood. There he is. peasant. So we'll just follow him around. He'll go down and claim some sort of some thing in here. So he's claimed one of the stone workshops. He's got a copper bar. Now he's stopped there at the moment. Has he? He's claimed metalsmith forge. So at the moment, he's not going off and getting anything else, which is a problem. Yeah, Moody Dwarf can't find needed item. So this is now an issue that we end up having. So what does he need? He needs bones, tanned hides. That's the trouble. So he needs tanned hides. So we don't actually have any more tanned hides in the fortress. We need to go and kill something for some more tanned hides. So we will just go back down into our... well, we've got all sorts of different animals in here as well. So we've got... that's somebody's pet. Got hens. That's a pet as well. Stray rooster. We don't have chickens. Yep, so you can be butchered. Stray duck. It's a female. It's an egg layer. There's another egg layer as well. By the way, I should be putting more areas down into this other side as well, just to allow them to hatch, like to get more eggs. Actually, I will do that now. I'll just quickly go and bring them in. So they are under furniture, I think. Or are they? No, they're under farming. Workshops, farming. If I can see it there, there it is. And then nest boxes back over here. And we'll just go to the planner. Alright, so they can flesh those out a little bit more. It just means more eggs. It's still not going to be enough. The poults I don't think give enough leather. There's our good friend. Actually, I might just get rid of his rubbish there as well while we're here. I'll just go and unprotect it. I'll just go back and claim that again. Right, so if we just go back down to the bottom of the fortress. Where is it? What shall we kill? It's a reindeer cow. Water buffalo calf. Okay, you'll have to go. Just go back up to the workshop layer again. As soon as they slaughter something in here, here it goes. We've got cats being slaughtered. Bang. You're gonna leave. There should be cat leather there now. Oh, there's a lot of rubbish there. I might just clean these up at some stage. Oh, there's no leather. There's nothing. It was too small. The animal was too small. Oh, it was just milked. If we don't get it, we're going to have troubles. There he goes. You can see what was slaughtered there, but something else was... Oh, there we go. The kitten. That one did actually have some leather. That's the tanner's shop. There's chicken leather. Actually, that was what it was. So the chicken leather, that rooster, was the one that that we've now got. So we've now tanned that hide. He's now going back into his workshop, and that's all he needed. He's going to go and pick up another piece of something, a block. So the humans have arrived. And still going off to pick up stuff. Glass. Wow, this is going to be a complex thing that he's actually going to get. Still more things needed. Bones. No, logs. And still more. So he's got some pretty complex things in here, like bones, glass, logs, leather. So a lot of different things in through this other side now. So if we now have a bit of a look and see, still can't find needed items. So we can just click on this one through here, and we can see what this one is. Needs bones, he's got bones. Tanned hides, he may need more than one. Bones, metal bars, tanned hides, rock blocks he's got. Raw green glass he's got. Logs. Let's wait until we get to the top one again with the till we get to the green glass again. This is complex. Okay, glass, one log. I'll give it a count. Bones, tanned hides. Bones, that's 2 metal bars, 2 tanned hides. Rock blocks. Yeah, okay. So it needs another piece of leather to finish off what he's doing here. If he can't find it, he'll end up dying essentially. Now we do actually have these humans that are coming here to trade. Let's quickly go up the top and see if they're ready to trade yet. No, they're just wandering in. Oh, here we go. We now actually have they're now bringing in their wagons. That doesn't work well. I need to open this up because I can't now block. Like, this is all not going to work properly. I don't think they've brought much. Oh, leather. There we go. That's what I wanted. So let's go and buy heaps of leather. So we'll just go and move goods to and fro the depot. So we'll just go back into finished goods. Where are we? I don't know if I set up my finished goods thing properly. Yeah, this is empty. That'd be right. I should have made sure that this is where everything actually came. But I didn't, so we're going to go to, I'm going to have to just do them individually, I think. If I go down to, which one should we start with? We do have statues. But it's really the, it's, things like rings and stuff that I really want to be sort of bringing back up into this location. It's funny, it's not actually showing it there. Not sure why. Silver pikes. That's very strange. That's very strange. There should be a lot more stuff that I can drag on up. So we've got things like the finished goods bin in through here, which is full of stuff that is exactly what I want to be selling. Exactly. So that's got everything that I want to be selling. Now that's a fair way away. Let's go and throw that one in there. Finished goods bins in through there. These are, I've got 45 items. It does actually have, this one does have stuff that we're not supposed to be selling. Tunics we're not supposed to sell. I'll still bring it up, and then we'll just figure out what to do with it. And this one possibly is going to be full of clothing as well. I'll bring it up, and then we just individually sell it. There's not much there that I want to be bringing it in. I think that'll do us. That as well. I'll take this one up. There's a fair bit there. See that one there as well. I'll take that one up. All right, so there's 5 items coming up to the actual to this area. I'll wait until they're here, and then we'll start to trade. I might just, while we're here as well, just this cage trap, I think I'm actually going to remove all of these. Just so we can move them away from, so that they can park the caravan, this away from the door. It's going to be a bit of a disaster if we end up being besieged while this stuff is in here. But I think they still will. Yeah, that wasn't very well planned out. I think when they leave, we might have to change where this one goes. Resmalin's throwing a tantrum. He possibly will need to be disciplined yet again. Yep. So there's a bit of fighting going on. The Moody Dwarf is working. Okay, he's actually somehow we've actually been able to get more leather anyway. Anyway, let's do the trading, because he has now picked up that when we have a look inside here, there'll be everything that he needs. There'll be 2 lots of this goose bone, bat bone, water buffalo leather, and where's the other leather? Chicken leather. So he's got the 2 leather in there. So he's got everything he requires for what he needed. We didn't need to do the trading to do that. Just waiting one more item. We'll actually now get our broker up into here as well. Whoa, that's bad. God, there's so much stuff going on in this episode. A chalk altar has been toppled by Resmalin. Is Resmalin in? Can't see him in there. Well, this can be very, very bad. This is one of the worst things you can do. So chalk altar. Now, depending on where that is, let's just go and find Resmalin right now. Where are you? Resmalin the planter started a fist fight. There she is. Throwing a tantrum. Now, it's possibly desecrated an area, but we don't know exactly where that happened. Where would it be? Yeah, it's not showing up in there. This is now all the sort of stuff that's actually now going on. So we're going to have to... I'm going to have to get going anyway. I'm actually thinking of leaving this until Resmelin's in. Just so we can ban someone. So they're all going to be accusing Resmelin of fist fighting, vandalism. So this one here. Now the actual like when you desecrate a temple, the god can then punish you. Just leave all of this where they are. Okay, so actually Zacit is cancelled reporting crime, resting injury. There it is. So is this temple in here? This, luckily, this is not to any particular god, I don't think. So this is the unnamed meeting hall, the Shrine of Principle. If we have a look and see what this one's got, to no particular deity. So no one will actually, luckily there's no deity that's going to take offense at that. So that is the perfect one to have smashed up. While we're here, let's go and take a, let's just go and smooth that bit of flooring out. And so we've got a chalk altar there. I'll just go and place it over here. I should have realized if it's a gold altar, then we're going to be in trouble because these are to actual gods. Whereas these are just generally, you know, for people to sort of go and pray. Better go and just place that one again. Put that one there. So Syrian saying, maybe since we have so many dwarves in the fort, it's been successful, we could claim multiple persons per dwarf, more chance to get a bandit in. Oh, look, I'll let it keep on going. It's certainly doing well, but stuff will happen. It always does. Anyway, that one's sort of now gone, and I have to get going anyway, so I'll probably just sort of leave it at this point in time anyway. I'll leave the fighting, so we've got it there, and the human caravan as well. I'll just go back up to F1, just so I know that we're sort of trying to get ready for the for trading. So I'll just sort of leave it there. But I will actually leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again in not tomorrow, but the next day. So yeah, sort of heading off for a day, but yeah, we'll be back then. So I've got a lot of new things to show, which some of the like some quite exciting games actually. So there's more exciting games coming up in the coming weeks as well. So there's a lot of new things on the horizon. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.